Okay, everybody, so here's what happened. Me and Dad were coming back from somewhere, and we were in the garage. We were going to enter the house through the garage. And the door leading into the house from the garage has a carpet in front of it and a step. And I usually stomp my feet on the carpet to get rid of the snow so Mom doesn't get pissed off. Because I'm 25 and I live at home and I don't want to piss off my mom. But I guess I had a dream about Bruce Lee last night where I fell 3 stories and landed on my shoulder and it wasn't shit. And I just suddenly, like, instead of stomping, I just started kicking it, as hard as I could. As if I had a steel toe boot on. I mean, it actually wasn't that stupid. I just wanted to knock the snow off. But my shoes are years and years old, but I like them and they're comfortable and they become a part of me. I'm sure a lot of you know that, mainly guys know that. And but it was separating from the base. The shoe was separating from the base, so there was exposure. So basically, my big toe was sticking out of the shoe. So I kicked as hard as I could on a step, basically with my bare foot, thinking that I had regular shoes on and I was going to knock snow off. I instantly, reacted like anybody would when they stubbed their toe. Dad saw it and Dad was like, "Oh shit, oh." And I danced around and I was like, "Okay, I'm good. And it actually didn't hurt that bad. I was up till 3 a.m. that night working on a CD for Dad, which is actually really cool. He has me put the same song on there 2 times and the next song on there 3 times in a row. I was like, "Dad, you can use repeat," but he just likes to let the CD play and hear the same song over and over again. So it's like 15 songs, but a lot of them are just repeats. So... But I put a lot of effort into it. I made a little, I put it in a plastic case that like a game came in. And, I printed out the numbers of the songs and everything. And I was up to 3 a.m. And the point of the story of me doing that is I was limping up and down the stairs getting tools and stuff to do this. And it progressively started to hurt worse. Once I finished the project, I put the CD on the banister so Dad will wake up and see it and it'll be like a surprise. And he loved it. He sent me a text. But I went to sleep at 3 on the couch with my foot in the air, woke up at 4, and it was throbbing. I woke up at 5, 6, and it was throbbing. I know people say they have a throbbing headache, and I'm sure a lot of people, have experienced that. Like, I have too, experienced a throbbing headache, but this throbbing was like constant. It almost felt like I wanted to amputate my toe right then and there. Like, holy shit, get it off. Get it off. It hurts. It was throbbing. It hurt so bad. But, like almost to the point where I could cry. But of course I don't cry because, I'm a fucking gangsta. Living in my parents' house, motherfucker. If I stub my toe, I don't give a shit. When I stub my toe, I call my dad and say, "Damn, I stubbed the fuck out of my toe. I think it's broken." It was 8 in the morning, and he's like, "You sound like you're drunk." I'm like, "No, I just been wallowing in pain the whole night." Which, drinking would probably have been a good idea since there was no bleeding. But then again, it probably would have numbed it, and then I would have used the toe more and wrecked it. Anyway, I'm digressing horribly. So Dad doesn't necessarily believe me. I sent them a picture, but it's hard to tell over the phone. So I tell them, the cleaning ladies come, and I tell them my story, and I show them my toe, and they're like, "Oh my God, Lee," because we have cleaning ladies that come and wash everything. And they're very nice, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's horrible." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for my dad to come." So Dad comes and gets me, and we go to the emergency room, and the cleaning ladies on the way out are like, "Good luck, Leo. Hope it's okay." I'm like, "Thank you." And I could only walk on my heel throughout this whole thing, ever since like 30 minutes after the initial stub. I could only walk on my heel. I couldn't move my toe, and it hurt like a motherfucker. A motherfucker. M-U-H fucker. Any hoot. Yeah, he took me to the emergency room. I limped in there like an idiot. And I was like, yeah, I think I broke my toe. They're like, fill out this form. I was like, alright. Then they x-rayed me. They looked at it and they're like, okay, well, let's x-ray it. So they x-rayed it, and then they put me back in the waiting room where I watched TV and fucked around on the computer. And I fucked with their security settings so I can get on YouTube and listen to my own music, which I thought was pretty funny because they had it blocked, but I unblocked it, with a couple clicks of the mouse. But anyway, they put me in a room. They came back out. They're like, okay, we did your x-rays. Go wait in this room until we can bring you your x-rays. And I was very patient. I sat in that room for fucking ever. They had a TV. Like 5 different nurses came in before the doctor, and then they all said, wow, that looks like it's broken. Have you taken anything? And I'm like, no. The next one comes in, takes my blood pressure, yada, yada, yada. Have you taken any pain meds for it? I'm like, no. And I didn't ask for it because you never ask for pain meds because that's a white flag that you're an addict. And then eventually the doctor came in and said, you have a fracture. And he was kind of excited about it because I was talking to a nurse at the time, and he comes in, he's like, yup, you have a fracture. And he shows me the picture, and I have to squint and look at it and see it. And the doctor was so cool. I mean, when he first came in and saw my toe, he's like, all right, we're going to have to amputate it right there. And I believed him for half a second. I was like, oh, shit. Because it was so convincing. He's like, all right, we're just going to have to amputate it. But he was so cool. But then when he came back in later with the x-rays, I asked him, I'm like, so I can officially say I broke a bone? And he laughed. He's like, yes. Because I've never broken a bone, and I wanted to say I have. So the doctor was really cool. And then he eventually gave me a narco for the pain, the excruciating pain, worse than the headache from the concussion / seizure / brain bleed. Way worse than that. And he gave me narco, and I started to feel better, of course. And that's when I started randomly texting you all, trying to fuck with you, saying I'm gonna lose my toe, which I thought was hilarious. Mom was probably crying, but part of my comedic attitude, whatever personality, is that I don't know the line, and I don't know how, where it's drawn or whatever. So I thought Dad knew instantly. He texted back like, ha ha ha. Anyway, now comes the fun part. You heard the story. I was in the hospital. They gave me narco. They said it was a fracture. They took an x-ray. It was because I stubbed my toe. Now I'm going to show you the x-ray, and you're not going to be able to see the fracture. It's just not going to happen. But let me explain it. It's the big toe, and if you look right to the right of the big toe, there's a little black dot. And what that black dot is a crack that leads inward. So let me show you, and just focus on a black dot. I'll just show you. Let's see if you can get it. There's a black dot. I don't know what you can see here. Right there, there's a black dot if you look close enough. And this is all supposed to be white up until that point, but that cuts right in. If you blur it, you can see a black line right there. I'm not sure what you can see, but it was a fracture. Now, since that wasn't that entertaining, let me show you my actual foot. Since you stuck with me through this whole, Jesus, 10-minute video. You're not going to be able to see the actual bruise. It wasn't that great on camera. If you were here, you would have been like, Jesus. But here's my foot now. As you can see, it's wrapped up, swollen. They put a cushion between the two toes and wrap it together. Kind of like, it's a splint. It's a splint for your toes. They offered me some kind of sandal shoe thing, but I didn't want it. I just wanted to limp around. And I'm gonna go get my ibuprofen and Vicodin at 5 o'clock. And I'm just gonna put my feet up, play some Doom. I got Doom on the original, or I downloaded it on the Xbox 360 for $4. The original. I'm gonna play that, pop some Vicodin, and have a good time. I'm not using this as an excuse to look for work. I've already applied at one spot, and the PDQ is hiring, but the other PDQ has a cute girl who likes me, and I know she likes me because she always giggles and laughs no matter what. Like, what's so funny about me handing you change? You're giggling and laughing. You know, so guys out there, that's always a sign. And if they can't look at you directly in the eyes, if they look straight down, that's a sign they like you. But Dad says the other PDQ that's hiring has a fat chick. I know that sounds mean, but that just does sound mean. I don't know, that's just horrible. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.